Angela Goddess. Conversations on all things spiritual, business, abundance, and living your most magnificent life. Hi everyone, Deb here, coming to you now, and I just want to discuss two of my favourite topics and whether they go hand in hand or whether they should be considered completely separate. And those two are spirituality and abundance. Now, I've been in the spiritual world for maybe 20 years, working professionally and full-time, and I've pretty much heard it all, and I've come across some really interesting things in my time. So I'm always one to be someone who delves into business. I love, aspects of business. I love aspects of marketing, and I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to all that. And I know that while I was very strongly involved in the spiritual world and really quite well known, that was one of the aspects that those stout spiritual people would kind of frown upon or accuse me of being too business minded or too focused on business and all of that, as if the two should be exclusive to each other, as if the two should never, you should never mention spirituality and abundance in the same sentence. It's as if it's kind of taboo or it's bad, or if you're focused on creating an income and you want to live a certain lifestyle and you want to manifest incredible wealth, then you could never be spiritual because spiritual people don't do that. So it was a concept that I found baffling, and I couldn't, I could never wrap my head around it. I was always, I reached certain heights in the spiritual world, but I am focused on business, and I do love abundance, and I do work hard to create an incredible lifestyle and all of that. So for many years, I worried, I'd hear rumors, and word would get back to me about what was being said in certain sectors, that Debbie Muse, she's way too business focused to be spiritual and all of that sort of thing. And I worried about what other people thought of me, and I worried that I wasn't good enough, and I worried about all the judgments, the thoughts and the philosophy and the ideas that people had that you can't be spiritual and abundant, and if you have a gift, you've got to be available when others need you. You are of service. Or if you've got a gift, then it must be free for others. That's one always kind of baffled me. And then I came to realize that if you are truly spiritual, then abundance really should be your natural state of being. You see, when we work in the field of, for myself anyway, in the field of mediumship, what's required of us, and a lot of mediums naturally have the ability, and then over the years of training we develop the ability stronger and stronger. And what that ability is to kind of heighten our vibration or raise our awareness. So it's almost like we raise our vibration to a higher frequency. Now my thinking is that if we are raising our vibration to a higher level and a higher frequency, then wouldn't I feel that we're also raising our vibration to a higher frequency of abundance and awareness and the ability to manifest more easily and all of that. So I think it's not your spirituality that holds you back from abundance. I think it's beliefs. I think it's the idea that I need to be pious and poor, or it's not good to be focused on money and all of that if you're a spiritual person, or you won't appear to be spiritual if you are focused on wealth. Because naturally, if you are let go of all those thoughts and all resistance and all judgments, and if you just naturally tune into a higher vibration, a more spiritual vibration, you are naturally tuning into the vibration of abundance. And you can see when you drop all of those ideas that your ability to manifest just becomes much faster, much quicker. So I came to realize that, if you are truly spiritual, without any restrictions of the mind, without any old beliefs, without any old religious or spiritual dogma behind you, then abundance is your natural state of being. You are always in abundance. And if you set boundaries, then you've got more energy and desire to be there for others. So all of this idea of, you should be of service constantly and everything you do should be free because it's a gift, then you're also holding yourself back. And I think if you value and nurture the gift that you have, then others will too. So if you stop trying to please others and live by all those rules, then you find that the right people enter your life, things become easier. Your manifesting ability is effortless, and you just kind of start to vibrate at that higher frequency. And for me, it wasn't until I stopped the treadmill of trading my time and my gift and my energy as the only source of my income that I could actually step back and take a breather. So I took some time out at the beginning of last year, actually, and I stopped all my one-on-one sessions. And I just had an opportunity to focus on what I wanted out of life. So back then I was thinking that I was creating a business. People ask me, what do you do? Oh, I've got my own business, I work for myself. But I'd actually created a job. And it was a job that could only really provide for me as much as my time and my energy allowed. Only as many sessions as I could provide. So I'd placed a ceiling above my own head. And after 20 years, I was getting tired. I loved what I do and the gift of mediumship and the joy and comfort that you see it bring to people, and those moments where somebody suddenly realizes that life continues and their loved ones are still around. But I'd become tired, and it had become more like work for me. And I know that a lot of people, a lot of you out there that are in a similar therapeutic or a spiritual field will also recognize this. In the beginning, we're full of passion and drive, and it's our purpose in life, and we dive in, and then we find that we've kind of trapped ourselves. We've trapped ourselves in a job that really only can provide for us as much as we can do in return, because essentially we're trading our time for income. So it wasn't until I became really clear on what I wanted that also, I guess, the message that I sent out to the universe was what I wanted as well. And I was lucky. I found that, I did come across something where it allowed me to stop trading my time for income. It allowed me to, actually build a company and a business that operates on autopilot, and it doesn't matter whether I'm there to generate income. The income is being generated. So I just want you all to think about the fact that, to be spiritual doesn't mean that you can't be abundant. And, to be truly spiritual and gifted and talented in those areas, then your abundance and the ability to manifest really quickly should be your natural state. So if it's not, I would just challenge you to look at what beliefs behind all of that might be holding you back. Did someone once tell you that, money's evil, or only bad people have money, and all of those weird old beliefs? So that's just my rambling thought for today is, for me, spirituality and abundance go hand in hand. The vibration of being spiritually aware and on a higher vibration really for me is the vibration that you connect to manifest incredible abundance in your life.